Hello guys. So this is the part 2 of our project, which is UK crime project. So quickly again reshuffle what we were doing. So as you know, we have taken our raw data from UK police. So data.police.uk/data. From here we have chosen some custom filters and we have taken our data from for all the forces basically. Okay, and some files about where it is, some files about the geographical orientation of these crimes and all, and we will be building multiple use cases and will provide some good insight to our client, which is UK Police, for this matter. Okay, so what we are doing in our previous video, we have installed all the configurations and as well as we have done some basic level analysis. And what we did, we learned about how to create stage in Snowflake, and that's it. And today, what we'll do, we'll connect our Snowflake instance, which is a SaaS data warehouse, with our local environment, and then we'll transfer the data that we have downloaded from our local disk to Snowflake, and then we will build our first use case, which will be a real-time dashboard that we'll going to build for UK police basically, who is our client. And the dashboard will look like something like this, where they will have a to filter based upon some custom crime types. Okay, so yeah, if I let's say now select shoplifting and public order, and then I click on done and click on apply, and if I wait, I'll see all the charts will update according to our selection. As you can see, this monthly distribution of crime is going to updated. This spread is updated. These both spreads are not similar right now. If you see, this top 10 locations where this crime happened got updated. This values of the distribution got updated. Top 10 reported stations got updated. Location distribution got updated, and also top crimes. I mean, these two are fixed, I think, for all the datas we have built, and we can also save this dashboard to particularly save this Porsche position of filter. Okay. Okay, so without further talking about the project, let's start our project. So first, what you have to do, you have to open your SnowSQL. So Snow, how to open? Just open your command prompt. Either you can open as a administrator or you can open normally. Okay, and just first check, verify whether your SnowSQL is installed or not. So, okay. As you can see that our SnowSQL is installed, right? It's some permission issue is happening. We don't have to worry about all of this. We can see that we have a version, that means our SnowSQL is installed. So the first thing will be connect. Let's just cross this one. Our SnowSQL instance with, sorry, I mean our SnowSQL client is not instance. Our SnowSQL client with this Snowflake account. Okay, so first for that we have a command already, which is NoSQL, then a flag with A for account and a flag U for user. Okay, you need typically your account, user and password, right? So we'll type, I'll also type here, and I'll encourage you people to type along with me with your respective Snowflake account. Okay. Now here is a catch, how to identify your account name. Okay, so Snowflake has a very decent, what can I say, documentation for identifying your account. Also, when you will receive a email, you will get the details of your account. So you have to pick the account identifier there. Now it will ask you for your password. So let me provide the password and trying to connect. And once successful, you can see that yeah, Satyajit as my username is connected, and by default it is using compute warehouse, and I haven't selected any database and schema. Okay, for and this is a different session. Okay, so one thing that you will be requiring, how to get Snowflake account details. Just so you can see this page where all the examples here they have provided, and you can figure out based upon whatever configuration of account you have chosen what will be your account identifier. So you have to pick that one from here and you have to paste that on your beside your a flag, okay, which is basically your account flag, and username will be the username you provide and password what you provide at the time of initial login. Okay, so we are connected to Snowflake, right? Here you can see. Now next, it's the same thing as your worksheet. So let's say first choose a database to work with, right? So previously, if you know, like if you followed my previous video, you will see that we have created where it is in the worksheet initialization. Okay, this one. We have created a database called UK Crime Development. We have created a schema called UK Crime Raw Data, and we have created one stage called UK Crime Stage with a default CSV as a file format. Okay, so we'll be using those database and schema. So this will be our first command: use database UK Crime Development, right? And you can see statement executed successfully, and now from no database we are in UK crime development, and by default we are in public schema. So we also have to change the schema. So use schema, and we have only created one schema, UK crime raw data. So again, now you can see that we are in UK crime development database, and inside the database we are in UK crime raw data schema. Okay, now we have created uh, the stage, right? UK crime stage. So we need to upload all our files, which is basically, I think, here in D drive, YouTube, UK crime, data. So all this data we need to upload to our stage. Okay, first, so I have already uploaded those. I'll just following the steps and I'll tell you how to upload these things. So before that, let's just, describe stage at the rate UK crime stage to see. Uh, okay, stage like I think and a percentage. Okay, I forgot the command basically. Let's describe stages. Hmm. One command I know that. Okay, list stages. It's also not working. List stage. Uh, UK crime. So this will happen right a lot when you will work on development. Mm, so am I pointing UK crime stage, right? UK crime stage is there. Okay, there is nothing called stage command. So list. Okay. So as you can see here, so all these files have been are already been uploaded on April 4th and today is April 11th. So I'll tell you the steps of uploading. First, to upload, you have to be in that same schema where you want to upload the files and where your stage is. Okay, so I cannot upload the files in another schema where my stage is residing on another schema. Okay, because schema is a logical container. Okay, and to upload from your local to your Snowflake is pretty much easy. It's just a put command. So if you see, okay, this command put, and all your files will going to upload automatically. So you just put write a put, then file, then semicolon forward slash, then you paste your path. So in my case, this will be my path, right? For this will be my path. You just simply do a control C here and paste here, right? Up to this, and then you do a asterisk for uploading all the files. Okay, and it will automatically upload. I had done that one by one, but you can simply ignore this one, and what you can do, you can do a star, and it will upload all the four files as it is in your Snowflake. Okay, so once this command will take some time because you have some GBs of data, as you can see 2.4 approximately 2.5 GBs of data. So once this upload is done, you can do a list and then your stage name. So in my case, UK crime stage to see all your data. So this data, these four files has been uploaded to stage, and here your part of SnowSQL is over. So you have used SnowSQL to connect to Snowflake and upload, okay, your data basically. So you can also write, uh, many SQL statements here. What we used to write from our worksheet. Let's say, use. I want to see current. Sorry, not use. It will be a select statement. Current timestamp, right? So it's a function I can choose and it will fetch me the result. Okay, or let's say I want to change it to sessions. I want to know what is the session ID that I'm currently in to filter from query history so I can see. Okay, and the same queries are getting executed in your Snowflake account. How to verify? Go to your Snowflake and here go to your history. In history you will see select current session, right? This is the thing that we have run from SnowSQL is the client. It started on 102, ended on 102, so some fraction of milliseconds it took, and it uses this warehouse, compute warehouse. Okay, all information we can get from this query history. Okay, now let's come back again. Now next thing is we have to create the DDLs of the table. Okay, so right now what we have the details of the files on this stage, right? So what we'll do a list on UK crime stage, and we can see that we have all the files here, right? Four files. So you can explore these files. I mean, how's the data inside these files without even loading the data in Snowflake at the very first place. Okay, this is also possible. So how to do that is a command. Let me debug this command for you. So you'll have to do a select, and from where you will do a select, right? From your UK crime stage, and then slash whatever file. Let's say I want to explore this Laos file, right? So I'll just copy this portion and paste this, and I'll give a alias as t. I hope you all know what aliases are. And then I have to do a dollar symbol. Okay. So as t is my table name here, so this whole thing becomes a table right now. Here, this after from statement, whatever you will do, this object will become either your table or view or something like that, right? From where you can fetch query. Okay. So you have to use that table alias, then a dot symbol for accessing its columns. And let's say I want to see the first column. Okay. So this is very much possible in Snowflake, and if I now run it, I'll get the details. So as you can see that the first is a date is the header, and then in date I have 2011, which is nothing but your year basically. So in that way, if I just control C and do a control V, control V, control V, control V, control V, control V, and let's change it to the third for third column, fourth for fourth column, fifth for fifth column, sixth for sixth column, seventh for seventh column. I don't know how many columns it has, right? I also need to know the structure, but I can always try. And we can see that all the seven columns, as you can see. So this is how the structure of this CSV file basically. So you can see we have date as the first column, then we have geography, then we have geography code, then we have rural or urban, then we have a variable all usual resident measures in values. Okay, that means how many residents are there. Then we have all the male residents, then we have all the females residents. We may have way more tables, I mean, sorry, columns or features in this table, but this is how you can explore before loading the data. The same way we can also load the actual table, which is all crime related information. And if we run that, it will take some time, as it's the, I think it contains more than 65 million data tables, or sorry, data points. So let's just wait for a minute. And if you guys have any question regarding this Snowflake architecture or this data science project, or any questions in general about regarding data science, or you need some training or help, you can always ping me. Okay, you can connect with me in LinkedIn. So as I said, right, it has a good amount of data, and that's why it is taking time for fetching the data, retrieving it, and then showing it into the table format. And you can also create or replace table based upon this select statement. So create or replace some table name and then this select clause, that will also work. So in later part, when we will be requiring to create some different tables from some tables, we'll do that. So as you can see, till now it has processed 5.5 million rows. Okay, it is using a extra small warehouse. So we'll be waiting for it to complete, and we'll get back after that. So as you can see here, it took approximately 6 minutes and 14 seconds, and it has created I mean, it has produced basically more than 6 crore rows. So your data set is very huge, as you can understand from this figure, right? We have 65 million data point here, on which we will be using machine learning on later part, create a client facing application using Streamlit. So let's explore the query profile. So query profile is basically the logical path of how the query got executed. And as you can see, For initialization, it took 50% and processing it took 50%. So 3 minute each. And initialization, it does a external scan from your internal stage, and then it shows you the result. Okay. So this is what happened. Byte return to result. That means your result set, which is this one. This whole point basically it is almost of 2.4 GBs. Okay, and scanning progressed 100%. Okay, so this is how you can see your query profile and details of your query. That means what you have run, and okay, all the details. Now what we have to do, we have to create the data frame, or basically the table. In SQL we have to create the table out of this data, right? So for that, Snowflake provides a simple command, which is this copy into command. So we want to copy the data from our storage, which is this location, right? Our stage and this location, or where the data is residing, to a table. So this crime data frame is a table that we have to create, and it's a very simple ANSI SQL code that create or replace table with the table name and all the attributes. So to get the details of these attributes, you have to go to this, and while you will download, you will have to see the schema. You will get the schema, and you will have to learn about all the data and change logs here, and you will get the same thing. Okay, you can also shorten your data by shortening the time frame. Okay, now so if you run this, it will create this data table basically, and then will be when we'll be running this, it will create uh, migration of data from this internal stage area to our table. So let's create this one, create or replace table. So whatever data was there previously, I have loaded, is gone completely. Now if you do a select star, let's do it, right? So select star from, so this crime df is now created, right? And as you can see, by its metadata service, it is showing us that it does not have any data, right? So we have to load data, and these are the headers. Okay, so first thing you have to understand while copy using this copy into command is file format. Okay, so let's search on that. Okay, how to give file format in copy into command. Okay, so if you go in this documentation, you will find how to give your file format in copy into command. Just click on this examples. So as you can see, that copy into some table from some stage, and it will use all by default things. Okay, so let's try this. So copy into this from this stage and just remove all this. Okay, and let's trigger what error we encounter, and let's try to run this. So as you can see, we are getting some error that it's saying that in this file, all crimes 21 HDR text GZ, the column longitude, if you would like to continue loading when on error is encountered, use other values such as skip files or continue for the on error option. So we encountered some error, right, while we'll load. And what is the error? That numeric value longitude is not recognized. So probably some of the columns, let's say this longitude, we want it as float, but it is giving us some numeric, I mean it is giving us some non-numeric value. Okay, so let's follow what Snowflake suggests here. So let's do a on error continue. Okay, and if we try to do a copy now, So it will start copying, and we'll get back to you once this copy is done. So as you can see here that we have loaded the files partially, and out of this 65 million 78,251 rows, we have successfully parsed 65 million 76,404 rows, and there are approximately 2,000 rows where we have seen error, which is called that numeric value longitude is not recognized. Okay, so we need this 2000 records to see what error we are getting, so that we can change or we can configure our file format in such a manner that we no longer see a partial load, we will see a full load. Okay, so for that, what we need to create another table called, let's say we give it the name as save copy error, and here we need to load the select star. That means all the information from the table. We have a function called validate that will validate the data or this table's load basically, and this will be the job ID. That means the query ID. So what we have to do again here, we have to go to first copy the query ID. As you can see, our query ID is copied, and we'll keep this line as it is, and we'll just change this query ID to this, and this table will be removing with this one. Okay, and that's it. So once done, if we run this, we'll see that a save copy error table will be created from fetching details from this query ID, which is nothing but this copy into load. That means this load. So let's just wait for it to complete, and we'll come back once it is completed. So as you can see, our table save copy errors has been created successfully, and we'll now explore what it contains. So as you can see, these are all the errors that we are facing. That most of the cases, as we have selected the default file format here, which is our CSV file format. So it is telling that field delimiter comma found while expecting record delimiter line break. Okay, this is one issue. And another issues are numeric values longitude and latitude is not recognized. Okay, because if you see what we got from this data here, right? uh, let's do a limit here. I have to limit the number of records we'll be fetching. So these are all headers, right, of the file, but it is also counting as table values, which we don't want. We want this as headers. So for these cases, we have to build custom file formats. So our default file format, which is CSV, will not work because it is also considering these headers as values. So where we'll have to go, we'll have to again go into Snowflake. We'll click on this database, then we'll click on our database, which is UK crime development, and from this we'll click on this file format, and I have created one file format. So I'll just click on this edit tab, and I'll show you what this changes contains. So as you can see, we have a new line specimen as a row separator, we have comma as a delimiter, then field optionally enclosed by, we have chosen double quotes. Okay, and why we have chosen this? Because if you see the error, right, from this select star clause, so once you will see the records, you will understand this error, right? this field delimiter comma found while expecting record to be delimited by this new line character is because this setup thing we have this double quoted value, right? So this is why this error is occurring and we are getting this error. Okay. So to remove or eliminate this, what we have to do, we have to choose field optionally enclosed by double quotes. Okay, and click on finish. So again, you have to create this file format. If you want, you can see the SQL as well, and you have to, instead of alter, you have to create or replace. Okay, so once this is done, come here and again you have to rerun this copy into command, but here you have, this time you have to include this file format option, so that Snowflake knows what exactly file format you are going to use, so that this 1800 records, right, 1897 46 number of records does not count as error, and it will also load. So if we run this, it will again start running. Okay, and so this time what happens, copy executed with zero files proceed, because what Snowflake does, Snowflake first checks whether this file is already loaded or not from the metadata, and as we have previously loaded this file, it automatically skips the file. So for this, what you have to do, you have to again run this command, create or replace table, to again recreate the table, and then you have to run this command, and then it will start again loading the file. So let's start running it, and it will take approximately 6 minutes or so, so we'll be coming back after 6 minutes. So as you can see, with our new file format, which is UK crime file format that we have created, and when we perform another copy into command with this file format instead of the default file format, our status becomes from partially loaded to loaded. That means all the rows has been loaded, which has been parsed, had been loaded correctly, and no error has been seen, which was previously around 1846, right? Okay, so you have to apply the same logic to all the other CSV files. That means this is your crime DF. Now if you do a select, you can see your headers correctly. As you can see, all your headers, longitude, latitudes, location, context, last crime, output, everything correctly. And the same thing you have to perform for Laos data frames. You have to load, create, or replace a table. So I'll be sharing all the scripts with you as well. Okay, and then you have to apply the same copy into which this same file format. Okay, and also you have to create another table for postcodes, and the same thing you have to apply. So we'll be creating three tables. One is crime DF, one is Laos DF, and another one is postcode DF. So if we go to our database, UK crime development, UK crime raw data in tables, you can see all this crime DF, Laos DF, postcode DF is ready. And from this crime DF, we'll create prison DF now. Okay. So till now everything is clear. So we have created all the tables that required for performing our basic operations and explorations. Now let's go to basic exploration. So what our first use case is, what we said previously, what our first use case is, that use case is, okay, so this is how you write statements, okay, or comments. Use case number one is to find insights for prison inmates events. So those crime events which basically causes an end result of prison enrollment, basically we have to find insights of those events. Okay, so first let's just look at the crime data. So we'll do a select star and then we'll limit to 100. This is crime ID, so we can see these are nothing but some unique unified ID and which can be null. Okay, now these are the month column and these are the reported by and falls within, means like which or police station reported the crime, and this falls under which police station. Okay, and then we have a latitude and longitude for geographical region understanding. We have location, that means whether it's which street or where it is happened, that means the particular area. Then we have loss code, then loss name. We have the crime types, like what type of crime it is, whether it is antisocial behavior, burglary, criminal damage, okay, theft, violent, sexual harassment. And then we have last outcome category, that means what happens as an end result. So like here you can see investigation completed, no suspect identified, defendant found not guilty. Then we have offender given community sentence and all. Okay, and also we have context. Okay, so context is mostly, I think, null. Okay, so let's just figure out how many datas we have where there is some particular outcome happened. Okay, so just figure out those kind of datas or records basically. So as you know, we have approximately 65 million data point, right? So it will take some time to figure out and give you the result, but it will be way more faster than any other processing like Spark, Databricks, and so. So as you can see, out of 65 million, we have approximately 39 million records where we have a concrete last outcome category, right? That means 65 minus 39, that means 26 million records we have where we don't have any last outcome, basically, last or final outcome, right? Okay, so if we do the percentage, basically it will be coming out as 60% almost, 59.4. That means you can 59% basically you can take where we have some outcomes. Okay, and now we want to see what are the distinct outcome categories we have, and let's just order them by their decreasing number of occurrence. So we can see we have 27 statements as part of our last outcome category, and their number of occurrence. So the top priority is investigation completed and no suspect identified with mm 1 crore 77 lakhs, that means 17 million records where we police have figured out that okay, the whole investigation is completed and there is no suspect to identified. So remember what our use case is, to find insights from the prison inmate events. So we have to figure out Okay, where we can see the word prison. So this one, right? Offender given suspended prison sentence or offender sent to prison. That where what we need to find offender sent to prison, right? So this is our interest. Point of interest basically. So we want to draw some insight from this basically events. So as you can see, we have approximately 5 lakh events where the offender were sent to prison. So we'll do some analysis and we will figure out, right? What insights we can draw from the data. So first what we have to do for simplifying our uh, basically computation, we will create one transient table by name of prison data frame prison DF as select star from crime DF where our last outcome category is like offender sent to prison. So if we run that, it will create a transient table called prison DF. As you can see, table prison DF is successfully created and it will have a count of approximately 4 or 5 lakhs, which 4 lakh 58,000. Okay, so we can do a select star. Let's do count star because we are more interested in the counts from prison DF. Okay, so as you can see, we have the same data here and it will definitely reduce our computation. Okay, now in the next slide, what we'll do, we'll start building the dashboard for this prison data analysis. So for that, you have to click on the home icon and you will be coming in this UI where you can see worksheet, dashboards, data, marketplace, activity, admin, help and support, and all these stuffs. So you have to click on this dashboard. And as you can see that previously we have created one prison data analysis. So for sake of this video, we'll be creating again. So click on this dashboard, give your name as prison data analysis. I'm giving it as one version one and let's create the dashboard. So once you will be inside the dashboard, you will see an empty dashboard. So one by one, you have to create all the tiles. So let's say create one new tile and you have to select your database as well as your schema. And let's first, you know, try to plot all the longitude and latitude to get an idea or geometrical overview of the incident where happened where the inmate or the offender were sent to prison. So for that, let's just select a distinct longitude and corresponding latitude from present DF. And one thing you have to keep in mind, because we will be doing a scatter plot, so the highest limit of scatter plot in snow site is 10,000. And let's just run it and just rename it as distribution of crimes which leads to prison. Okay, and now just click on the charts. We want to create chart and we don't want a line chart, we want a bar chart. And this is the scatter and let's choose it to none. And this is also none, which will be okay, more accurate. And yes, it is done. And then return to prison data analysis. So You can see, we'll see the data or the chart pretty soon here. And as you can see, distribution of crimes which leads to prison, we can now see. So from longitude, we can see from -6 to 2 it is varying, and for latitude part we can see from 50 to 56 we can see it is varying. Okay, now let's say we want to build another chart, and we want another new tile from worksheet. Okay, before that, let's return to present data analysis, and let's first create a filter. So as you can see, there is a switch kind of icon, which is nothing but a filter. So as you can see, I have already created one crime type. So you will be creating the same. So what you have to do, you just create on this plus icon and you have to create a filter, and I'm telling what the exact details you have to fill. So in the display name, you will fill this crime type filter. Then in SQL keyword with a colon, you will write as crime type, or you can give any name of your preference. Just select the role as account admin, because whatever role you will select will have only access to the filter, and warehouse of your default warehouse or anything your choice. And then you will select the value type as text, and you also include, all option. That means any value that is available, part of your filter will be available. And also another, for nothing or null type of data, other option. And then you will click on this edit query thing. So once you will be clicking on this edit query, you will see there's a select distinct crime type from crime df. So different type of crime names will pop up. So this 16, including all and others, so 18 filters you will get. Okay, so you can filter your all the basically charts or tiles based upon these crime types. Okay, and that's why we will be creating one filter. And then once done, you will do a save and then done. So you will see a crime type kind of a filter here, which has a display name as crime type filter, and you can also see that here. Okay, so once your filter is done, then let's move to the next tile, which is, filtering your geographical distribution based upon your crime type. So we'll be creating same latitude and longitude distribution, but this time with filtering with the help of crime type. So let's click on the plus icon. We need another tile from worksheet, and it's already, this time you can see database and schema is selected. So what I need here, we need select, we need distinct latitude as well as longitude from present DF, where I want to do a filter based on crime type, and we'll be placing the placeholder or the variable which is this crime type. And as we have seen, as it's scatter plot, we need to do a limit of 10,000. Okay, now let's just format this query and give it a name, that spread of different crimes based on selection value selection. And it's done, and let's run this. And once it is executed, let's click on the chart, And the same thing we'll do, we'll change the chart type from line to scatter, and this longitudinal value will be selecting as none. So once done, you can see our chart is created, and we can return to the present data analysis, which is our dashboard, and we'll be seeing that two distributions now we can see, and we also have a filter right now here. So we can right now do a filter, right? We can, let's say, click on shoplifting and click on done, and you will see this value will change when we'll click on this apply. So you can see this style will got changed slightly, it will modify. So as you can see, these two are now different. So this is the whole I mean all the crime types distribution, and this is the crime types distribution of shoplifting only. Okay, so you can see shoplifting is more on this area, like where we have okay, it's kind of changed, right? Yeah, longitude and latitudes, axis got changed. Okay, let's just, you know, edit this one again after doing a save. So let's edit this query. I need longitude on x-axis. So go into the chart. I need longitude on x-axis, and I need latitude on y, and I don't need any aggregator here. So yeah, it is done now, and now we can return back. And if we compare now, we'll see different distribution basically. So as you can see now, we can see some different spreads, okay, on this too, because this is for shoplifting. And now we can also use the filter to filter. Let's say I want to filter for robbery and not shoplifting. And you can select multiple crime types as well. So in this manner, we can create different charts. Let's say create another chart for seeing the distribution, the monthly distribution basically of crime based on the crime types. So let's just click on new tile, and let's do again what we need the monthly distribution, right? So one thing, we need the distinct count of months, and the count as number of occurrence. Okay, sorry, from prison. where crime type, let's select a crime type, and let's do a group by as month, and let's order them in descending order. Okay, order by, let's use this aggregated column in a DC manner. Okay, and let's run this. So we'll see some plot, basically we'll see the numbers. Okay, and let's just change it to month, so have actually the monthly distribution. So as you can see, 2019 May is the last month where we have some records, and 2012 of January is the first month when we have started the record. So from 2012 to 2019, overall 7 years of span data we have collected, and we have all the details. And currently it's only shoplifting data, as we have our filter as shoplifting, right? So what we want this distribution to be plotted. So we'll be click on chart, and we want a bar chart here. Okay, and in the bar chart, in the x-axis we need month, right? So we'll be selecting the months, and in the y-axis we have this number of occurrence, and it's already aggregated. So whether you choose max, minimum, or sum, it does not matter, because it's only a single value, right? So once this is done, we'll return to our present data analysis. Okay, so we also have to give some name to the tile that we forgot. So let's just wait, because it's a live data loading, right? That's why some latency is coming. So again, we have to edit this query, and once we got inside this, we'll be selecting the name as monthly distribution of crimes based on selected crime type, and let's just format the query, and let's just return to the present data analysis. Let's wait, because this is a, I mean, as you can see, right, this is a very, I mean, in browser computation. So that's why, it's taking a lot of time, and some latency is also happening. So you can also adjust the tiles based on your preferences. So let me move it in upward a little bit. I can move here, right? Yeah, let me see if I can move it here. I think it will come in this place. Let's just wait. Okay. Anyways, so this is the procedure of creation of your dashboard, and based on this insights, right? So you can create multiple tiles, and you have to attach. So here is the demo dashboard that I have created. So I'm not going one by one details. So if you want, you can ping, and we can share these queries with you. You have to run the query, select the appropriate chart name, and this is what your first use case looks like. So you have created one present data analysis dashboard, where you have a filter based on your preferences. So the user can select the filter, and they can click on apply, and once it is applied, right? They can see all the insights. So what are the top crimes that leads to prison? What are the geographical distribution of that crime as well as overall crimes? What are the monthly distributions of the crimes? What are the top 10 locations where the crime happened? What are the top 10 reported areas where the crime happens? And what are the yearly trends from 2012 to 2019 over span of this 8 years? Okay, so as you can see, for other thefts, now all the data and all the distributions got changed. So this is the first thing, or first use case that you have built as a data scientist or data analyst, and you provide this report or this link of the report to your client, and your client will see it, and they are very happy with the distributions and insight that you have figured out, and it will make their job pretty much easier. So this is how you will do basic exploration with Snowflake, and in the next part we'll be continuing on this series. So we'll be introducing DBT, Snowpark for building machine learning uh, portfolios, basically using let's say PyTorch or TensorFlow, sklearn, and then we'll be using Streamlit for deploying or some very cool user interactive UIs that will embed the machine learning applications that we'll be building. So stay tuned for that. Thank you.